Yo, 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 good morning, GMG. As always, I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning, actually. It is looking nice and bright outside of my window, so I do believe today is going to be a nice day. It has been a long week, right? Whether work kicked your butt this week or the market kicked your butt this week. Today's Friday. This is the last day of the week. We're going to end strong and we're going to go ahead and earn a nice, good break over the weekend, all right? So, you guys already know what we on. This is our morning prep where we're going to do a little bit of talking over the ES. We're going to go ahead and talk about some of our levels that we're going to have marked for today. If you're new to the channel, we typically use the same levels, previous day levels, overnight levels, and then some value areas. So yeah, those levels kind of stay the same, and then we'll talk a little bit about how we use those levels to get into some plays potentially throughout the day. All right. If that sounds like something you want to stick around for, man, much appreciated. If not, that's fine. Click away and let us get on with it. All right. So with all that out of the way, let's get down right into it. All right. So we always start with our evaluation or analysis or whatnot on the daily, right? Just kind of want to get a bigger picture before I start dissecting what we got for today. So off rip, just what I'm looking for on the daily. For anyone who's familiar with the strat, and you might not even be familiar with the strat, first thing I'm looking for is today's candle, and I'm looking for the positioning of this candle compared to the one before it, right? Do we have a inside bar? Do we have a two going up? Or do we have a two going down? Now this is very clearly a two going down. You know what I'm saying? I'll just zoom in on that real quick, and we can see that today's candle is most definitely the low of this candle is much lower than this one, right? So that gives us a two down, meaning the direction for today. You know what I'm saying? Now this doesn't mean that we're gonna be bearish all day, all right? This does not mean, oh yep, we're going down all day, all right? Do not take that like that, all right? But you know, this does give me an idea. If I had to, you know what I'm saying, say, you know, who's winning this fight so far, right? And this is, look, market's not even open, right? It's 8:21. But if I had to pick a side right now, I'd be picking the Bears, right? Just off of the daily and just off of what I see right now. But of course, we go and we start dissecting, and then we get a bigger picture as we go into the smaller time frames, right? So just to get an idea of what I do on the daily real quick, I don't spend nothing but like 3 minutes on this daily. I promise you. I look at the candle, and you know that's very clearly a two going down. I also just try to look for some kind of pattern right here, so I'm not really seeing anything, right? Like if I were looking, like, let's not look at this to the right, right? Let's say we were just looking from here to the left. Then the pattern that I would see on the daily is that we're on an uptrend, right? From here to here, that would be an uptrend. That's what I would be taking from the daily. Sure, we could say, okay, well then from here to here, one downtrend. Yeah, sure, that's fine. This is a downtrend. It's not much that's going to let's say, like, that's not going to impact a lot of my day trading today for the most part. You know, I'm not saying 1000% won't, you know what I mean? But we do know that we are in a downtrend, and we'll respect that. But as far as the trend itself, you know what I'm saying, if you do something like this and then extend that to the right, you know what I'm saying, like if this is your downtrend, we're far off it on the way up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about this touching this trend line anytime, like today, you know, anytime soon, for real. Today, Monday maybe, who knows? But for today, not worried about the overall picture, except just looking at this little area, noticing that we're below our 3908 support. That is a big no, actually. I almost overlooked that, right? So we do know that this was our support right here. We were watching it. Just to kind of show you right here, look, came down, support. Support was broken, came back above, used that support, came up, broke through here. Resistance, that same line, resistance, resistance, broke through it, retested, flew up, came down, support, flew up, broke through. That is how we, you know, that's how we know that this level was actually it was strong. The level was used several times, right? And we just lost it. So that's something to note. 3908 was lost today. Probably overnight or whatever, we'll see. But that is something noteworthy, right? On the way back up, 3908, 3910 or so will be a level that we have to watch as resistance, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and get up out of the daily, and let's go down to the 4 hour. Now, one thing that I look for on the 4 hour, if not, I don't look for too much on here. I don't spend a lot of time on the 4 hour, but I do look for pivots. All right, I have found that the 4 hour is a really good time frame for any pivot points where price may bounce or reject even a little bit. giving you a nice little opportunity for some short scalps. Okay, so as we can see, price is sitting right here right now, right? So if we were to just look to our left from where price is at right now, assuming price was going to keep going down, where do you believe this would stop? You know, where would it stall out, take a break? Well, immediately from here looking to the left, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a line right there and I'm gonna extend it to the left just to see where this line adds up over here. So as you can see, right from right here going left, there's no structure, nothing, all the way up until right here where we see some candles, right? So what we want to do is zoom in right there and then just kind of find somewhere where you think price would stall out on its way down, right? So here you are right here, probably the bottom of this white candle, and I'm just gonna zoom in real quick just to, I want you guys to see where I'm putting that. You see this big white candle that ran up? The bottom of this candle right around 38.67. Right, if I put that there at 38.67 and we come all the way to the right, you'll see that if price continued to fall, 38.67 is right there, about 20 points away or a little less than that. But we do know that if price were to come down, this may be a good area where we get a bounce, only because that was the low of this day, right? And it's just, you know, it's all like, it's a question mark, pivot, question mark, right? That's really how I would name this, right? So let me go ahead and remove this, draw the line right there, and then we just go ahead and name that pivot, question mark. All right, we don't know if it's a pivot, and you know, actually I forgot, I did forget, I like to specify what time frame, right? So pivot 4 hour might be around 38.67. All right, to the upside, I'm really just watching that 39, you know, 39.08, 39.10, 3900. We're at 38.80, so you know 3900 is a whole it's a whole number, you know what I'm saying? 3900 is pretty, people like that number. As soon as we get to 3900, I automatically expect just a little bit of rejection from there. Again, the way we trade, we really have been just getting into 2-3 point scalps, so bounces and rejects have been really nice. All right, so looking for 2 or 3 points on a little bounce and reject off of a level has been working out well. Okay, so that's about going to do it on the 4 hour. We have that 38.67 area for a nice little bounce. If we start dropping, or I'm sorry, continue dropping, then that'd be a level we have on watch. All right, so now let's go ahead and go down to, I'm just going to go all the way to the 30, and we're going to zoom into yesterday and today. And then we're going to switch this default to pre-market, and then these are all our levels from yesterday. And then we're just going to move them over for today, right? This is the part that I want to show you guys. I want you guys to actually see me put these levels where they go. That way, you know what I'm saying, you can get a clearer picture, right? Other videos, I would just open this up and the levels would already be there. I want you to see me get them, right? Now, one thing I wanted to talk about yesterday, though, just to show you guys like how the levels work. Again, I know I may have done this in my previous video, but just a quick little demonstration of how, not even demonstration, just a quick little example of how our levels worked, right? We had the value area low, overnight low, and we had this the 9-8 low of day all around this area, right? When we opened, we broke below that. Very short-lived. All right, let me see if I could, right there, broke below, flew up. Now this happened a little bit too quick. Happened before me, happened without me, before 10 a.m. so I typically try not to trade before 10 a.m. but I may be changing that up a little bit. We'll see. All right, we'll do a little more testing, but we'll see. Usually I wait for the first 30 minutes, right? But this ended up flying up, right? So this is how we use these levels. As soon as you saw us fail below the overnight low, the value area low, all of this right here was resistance. As soon as we saw that failure, if you were using the 15-minute, you know what I'm saying, you could have went ahead and got in right there, got your calls around 39.57, 58, went long right there, and yeah, I mean, from here, if you held right here, that's 13 points. If you continue to hold, now mind you, the reason you know what I'm saying, like around here you might have wanted to start selling some, trimming some, because we're getting really close to the resistance up ahead. Value area high, overnight high, yesterday's high of day, all this was resistance. But if you didn't sell here, you definitely would have wanted to sell when we started tapping these levels. And then look at how the levels worked on the opposite side. rejection down here at the overnight lows and all this resistance, which was support really. So all this support acted as support, pushed us back up, and then we have all this overhead resistance. We hit that resistance and immediately drop back down. And where do we start to stall out? Our overnight low. We start to stall out, trade sideways there. Here was another possibility for you, right? We have a 3-bar play right here. Boom, boom. This third bar is either going to break to the upside or break to the downside. Now, watching internals, watching volume, and just having an overall feeling of the market being bearish yesterday, I was not looking to get into any longs, really. Any pull back up was just an opportunity for me to go short when that pullback was sold off, right? So as soon as this broke down, you know, we grabbed some shorts there. Here's another pullback where we ended up grabbing some more shorts here. You know, every pullback that we saw, I just let it do what it had to do until I started seeing the selling come back in. All right. And then that's just, you know, I just kind of wanted to show you guys these levels, right? Overnight low failed. We flew to the overnight high, ended up rejecting there, flew back down to the overnight low. We start stalling sideways. Then we break that level. As soon as we break that level, where do we hit and start stalling again? Yesterday's low of day. Boom. This is where you want to like sell 3/4 of your position, maybe all of it, maybe some of it, but don't not sell any, right? If you only have one contract, then get out right here. This is a spot. This is your target. Do not overstay your welcome, you know? So just trying to show you guys. There's our yesterday's low day. Bow, hit. We ended up crossing below, but guess what happened? No acceptance below. We start pushing back up, right? But as I said, you let the run up happen, you get your short opportunity right here. Again, another 3-bar play with a reversal candle at the top. This candle made the decision to break below. You can enter right there, target probably being low of day right here, and you hit that. Then there's another pullback. Now, towards the end of the day, this is like probably three of my plays all happened just from here to here every time there was a pullback. And if I show you guys on the 5-minute, you'll probably be able to see it a little clearer. All right. Running down, this first stall out right here around the overnight lows, when we broke below that, that was one short, right? Then we got down here, you know, I'm watching this kind of take place, right? We got this run up. Now remember, I said all the up, I was just letting the up happen. I was not looking for calls. I was not looking for anything but a short, right? So we're running up. We end up hitting the low of day from the 8th, and we get really close to hitting the overnight low again, right? Reversal candle. We get this gray box is what I'm watching, right? I have already put this down here. As soon as we start to come down, I have still not got in. I'm still waiting. As soon as this broke below that, that's when I got my short, and there we have it. A nice little 2-3 point print, and then we have more stall out and then more downward movement, right? So I was just trying to get I was just trying to show you guys how we use these levels, these overnight levels, all of our levels. We just wait to see how price reacts when it gets there, right? Is it going to hit the overnight low and then crush it and keep going? Is it going to hit it, kind of consolidate, but then get acceptance down here, so then continue down? Or was it going to get below, get no acceptance, fly right back up? And then we got that same exact treatment up here. No acceptance up here, go back down. You know what I mean? So that's just some of the spiel from yesterday. All right, so now let's get into today, and let's move some of these levels over. All right, so it's going to go down to a 30, or up to a 30, so I could get my lines a little quicker, a little clearer here. So let's start with I'm gonna get rid of this 4-hour pivot. This is from yesterday, so I got a new one from today. You guys saw us grab that one. We're gonna bring the overnight low down here. That looks like we're gonna have to change that. Let's see, we've got wait, this is yesterday's low of day. My fault right there. Yesterday low of day. This is the overnight low, so that's down here, and that's the one we're most likely gonna change. That looks like we're just dropping. We're gonna drop through that. Where's our yesterday's high of day? Right here, and that kind of lines up there. Yesterday's high of day. The overnight high, let's move that so it's not kind of messing up our yesterday's high of day. Overnight high is down. What time is this right here? So this is 4 o'clock. We're gonna start with this first red one right here. And on the smaller time frame, we'll be able to confirm that, right? So overnight high at 39.23. Let's just go down to a 5-minute real quick. I want to make sure that's right. And yeah, looks like it was a little off, right? Just gonna move this up a little bit to right there. 39.24 is our overnight high. Overnight low down here. Okay, let's switch this back to the 30-minute. It's just easier to move around, less candles, so you know what I'm saying, I can see more of the chart. All right, what else we missing? So yesterday, all right, and then I think we're just missing value areas, right? So for value areas, I'm gonna go into my studies, edit studies. We're gonna go into our sets. We're gonna get our volume profile real quick. Throw that on there. All right, and then we have value area high right here. Just gonna move that. Seems to be right around here. Value area high at 39.63-ish. And then where's our value area low? Right here. Value area low becomes the low of right there. All right, if you guys don't know volume profile, anything in this yellow highlighted area, this is our value area. So obviously this is the value area high at the top, and this is the value area low. And that's where we get those, right? Now I'm going to go back to studies, and I'm going to remove that so it's out of the way. And there you have it. We have pretty much all of our levels. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. That was used. And then we have these single prints up here that we're still just kind of waiting to go back up. But that's fine. That'll sit there until we use the levels or don't, right? So that amount, and let me get rid of this box. If you're wondering what this box is, you know what I'm saying? Nice little area that we peeped pre-market yesterday, right? This box, as you can see in pre-market, we came up, support, broke it. So we used that same box, if you can see right here, on our way back up into the box, dropped. I don't think we got a play off that, but that'd have been nice. All right, let's remove that, and there are all of our levels. All right, and we have this VPLC. Actually, I'm going to erase that, and I'm going to get that later. All right, so here are our levels. We have our yesterday high of day, yesterday low of day, overnight low, overnight high, and then we have, what is this price level just sitting here? Let's remove that price level. All right, value area high, and then yesterday's high of day. Okay, so what do? Well, we always ask ourselves 3 questions when we have all of these levels. Okay, and the 3 questions kind of give us an idea of if we're gonna have a possibility for a play at open, or if we should just be more patient when the market opens. Okay, so what are the 3 questions, right? Question number 1, did I just duplicate that? Yes, I did. All right, so question number 1 is, where is price currently right now in relation to yesterday's overall range, right? Yesterday high, yesterday low, there it is in that box. There's yesterday's range. Where's price at right now compared to that range? I'm gonna say price is definitely opening in a gap down, right? That is below. This right here signifies that there may be a chance for a play at open. And we'll go over why in a second. All right, so question number 2 is, where are we in relation to the overnight range, right? Overnight high is like right here. Let me get my rectangle. Overnight high and overnight low. So where are we right now in relation to this range? We are at the very bottom, right? So this, I would even give this another arrow straight down like that. Wait, what is that? I would give question number 2 another arrow straight down. Okay, so we're opening in a true gap down. We are opening at the lower portions of the overnight range. And then the last question, if you just grab yesterday's close, which is right around here, and I'm going to go ahead and change that to yellow just so that it stands out, right? That's where we closed yesterday. And for question number 3, we want to ask how much activity or time was spent above yesterday's close, and how much activity or time was spent below yesterday's close. As you can see, there's no activity above and all of the activity below. This is a 100% net short overnight inventory. All right, so that is the answer to our 3rd question. Are we net long or net short? This would be net short. All the activity took place below. All right, so with that and question number 1 and number 2, everything is screaming bearish, right? So why does question number 1 being a gap down mean that there is a possibility for an at open play? Well, if you think about it, like in the psychological sense, right? In such a psychological aspect or whatever you want to say, anyone who was short right around here, shorted the market before we closed. When we open today, when they get to their computers today, they're gonna be up. They're gonna be, up in their position, right? A little bit, a lot, who knows? They're gonna be up. That's all that matters, right? So they're gonna have some action to do, whether it's sell, add to their position, maybe trim some, what have you. They've got something to do for the most part, right? Not if we were to open in range, right? If this was to open within this range, then anyone who went short here is just kind of either a little bit up, a little bit down. Obviously, probably in this area they'd be a little bit down, but somewhere down here they'd probably be a little bit up. You know what I'm saying? But nothing drastic. The fact that we're opening in a gap means that, you know what I'm saying, if they got in at 39.20, let's say they caught the top right here, 39.20, then we're sitting at 38.75. That is a massive drop in the ES. And if you're playing ES contracts or anything like that, that is some good money right there, right? So you're definitely looking to trim or sell from a drop like this. And if it's looking like it's going to continue to drop, yeah, you might want to just add to your position or something like that, right? Now, the same is true but opposite of the other group, right? The bulls. So these bulls, they went long right here. Let's say the market closed and they expected that there was going to be like a little bounce and we're going to go up. Well, when they wake up and they get to their computers, this is going to look scary to them. This is gonna show them that they were dead wrong, right? They're in the water right now, and they're either gonna have to close their positions for a L. They're either gonna have to try something. They're gonna try something, but they're down, right? And for the most part, they're gonna sell and they're just gonna get out. And when they do that, that is where we get our potential gap fill play, right? As soon as these people find out they were wrong, they start closing their positions. Price starts to run up. Basically, that is what we're looking for in the in a gap play, right? We're just either waiting for the gap to fill, or gap reversal, or if that gap fills at all, right? Now, with question number 1 and question number 2, this is gonna bring shock and awe. You know what I mean? Like, per my boy Matt. You know what I'm saying? Just it's somebody. People are gonna get to their desk and they're going to have to take action, right? So that's how we use these questions. We know that question number 1 and question number 2 are both kind of giving us bearish vibes too, right? If we're opening in the lower portion of the overnight range, we're opening down here. This strikes us as more bearish than bullish, right? If this was up here somewhere, then maybe we'd have some hope that the overnight range was some kind of balance or whatever, but the bulls kind of stepped in and we're kind of opening at the top and we might be able to break this value area and head up, but none of that is even a thing right now when we're opening at the bottom of the range, right? So true gap down, bears are kind of in control over on the post pre-market whatnot. So basically what are we going to be watching for today is as I mentioned, the gap fill or gap reversal, right? When we open, if we open somewhere down here, which would be good, we'd want to open somewhere near the overnight low, because this is what we're going to use our stop loss as, right? But if we open somewhere down here, you know what I'm saying, and start to run up, maybe get like a run down, hit the overnight low, and then get like a run up, and you start to see that bulls are stepping in, right? We are going to probably try to go ahead and correct most of this inventory down. Now, a lot of it was already corrected, right? We came down. These two candles kind of corrected some of it, but we still have, you know what I'm saying, if I put this right here, if we can get above, 39.93-ish, somewhere around this area, I believe that we can push up to yesterday's low of day. That would close the entire gap. Let's see how many points this gap is right now. It's about 30 points, you know what I'm saying, if we get an open somewhere around here. So 30 points is a little much. We want to see 20. Again, excuse me, but my boy Trade Brigade Matt, for anybody who's not watching him on YouTube, man, go hop on his morning analysis as well. This dude's crazy. But Trade Brigade on YouTube is the guy that basically put all these the way I think and the way I'm trying to trade now. So I do give him credit a lot for this gap fill. This is a lot of him, really. So yeah, partial gap fills, full gap fills. Either way, this is what we're watching for this morning, okay? You want to make sure that you're not jumping. I'm sorry, hold on. Like, you're not, like, jumping the gun, right? If this opens and we do this and you go immediately short, we have another play that we be watching for where it's a look and failure, right? Look below the overnight low, fails down here, kind of does something like this maybe, and then it comes back up through the opening print, and then all these people who were short down here, hold on, let me fix that. Yeah, so if we cross below here, all these people who went short, they go short, we cross back up, they're scared, they get out of their positions, and then we finally go ahead and start to move up as they close out, and then more people start to lose their their confidence in their shorts from up here. Maybe some people from their shorts up here start to lose their confidence as price starts to run up. All these people start to close out, price starts to run up, we get above the yesterday low of day and onward, right? And that's just some possibility, right? Watch these levels as I explained from yesterday's levels. If we get a look and fail below this and we cross up the opening print and you go long, I like to use some of our pre-market levels as pivots. I know a lot of people that don't, but you could, you know what I'm saying, we have maybe a pivot here at 39.90 or 38.93, then 38.97. This might be spots where we stall out on the way up, but you know, since they are pre-market, maybe not as strong pivots, right? But still pivots nevertheless. Okay, now we start to run up, definitely maybe follow with a trail stop, right? Because this gap is, like I said, 30 points. So you know what I'm saying, don't be too greedy. If you got 1 or 2 contracts, don't hold them all the way up here. You might get some kind of, you know, stall, go sideways around here, anything like that. So trim your positions on the way up, but once you get to the yesterday low of day, definitely get rid of most of your position, if not all of it. Make sure you're watching the volume and the price action and all that good stuff, right, to validate your trade. Okay, but that about does it for our morning prep. We do have news at 10 o'clock, guys. Did want to let you guys know we have Michigan consumer something at 10. Let me just bring that over for you guys right here. Michigan consumer sentiment at 10. So, you know, if you are trading around 10 o'clock, just keep that in mind. Basically, I don't think I'll be trading around that news, but hey, we'll see. I just sit here and I play what I see, right? It's what I be telling you guys. Play what you see. If volume's on your side, price action's on your side, then whatever. Play what you see, all right? But that will go ahead and do it for this morning's morning prep video. Once again, if you have any questions or if you just want to tell me anything, let me know in the comments. Join the Discord, you know, DM me. Let me know what I can be doing to help you out more if I'm not doing good enough for you. Let me know if you want to, you know, if you want me to talk about something else specifically a little more, if you want me to break down some of the trades or anything like that. You gotta let me know, man. I don't know what I can do to help you guys besides what I'm doing now. All right, I'm new to all of this, so any help is good help, right? But with all that being said, man, I hope you guys enjoy your trading day, your work day, and your weekend going forward. Obviously, today's Friday, so enjoy your weekend. I'll be seeing you guys again on Monday. So enjoy your weekends, and I hope that if you do trade today, you finish with a big fat check. If not, don't worry about it. If you finish red, it is what it is. We'll get the market on Monday. All right? Peace. Y'all have a good one.